Okay, my
All
bad.
right.
Yeah, I think we're live. I think we're good.
Okay.
Carry
So
on.
if you press any key in the wild ambitions like splash screen, it'll take you to the what I have coded so far of like the battle.
Dude, damn, cool as fuck.
Yeah, I drew like kind of a shitty bore or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, no, that's
My
fine.
my my art skills aren't that great. So,
What?
but what you can do,
Yeah, no, continue.
yeah, what you can do is like you can scroll through the menus and like pick the attack option and scroll through the different kinds of attacks.
Oh shit, what?
Um,
Why isn't it scroll? Oh, yeah, there we go. You can.
yeah. So the main menu wraps around. You can see it goes attack, item, flee. But the attack menu doesn't wrap around.
Oh,
You
shit.
see? That, that's set by a flag when you design a menu in this engine.
Dude, that's fucking
So,
awesome.
yeah. So the idea behind that was you'll know how many options you have in the main menu all the time, but different monsters might have different numbers of attacks.
Right, that's. Damn. Damn,
Yeah.
I wasn't even planning on that. I would have been fine with giving them the same amount if you wanted that, but,
Well,
alright, apparently
let,
you're ambitious as fuck.
let's get to that. So the way that the attacks are scripted in this game are completely like dynamic. Falco can write these attacks to monsters to do all sorts of crazy things that just shouldn't will probably never even be utilized. So you can choose which stat
What's that?
is the attacking stat and which stat is the defending stat. So you could have a normal attack might be you attack with strength or and you defend with defense. But you could also have it so you attack with luck or you attack with speed. So the higher your speed, the more damage you do. Like you do an attack that does speed against luck, and so not very. If they don't have high luck, then they take more damage because you have high speed and things like that. But the combat engine also takes into account the element of the attack that you use. So you can make an attack that's like a fire attack, and it'll be strong against certain elements or weak against other elements, things like that. But there's also I've also set flags in the engine so that you can set the strength of it. So you can have an attack that does like a fire strength of one that does 25% more damage, or a fire strength of two that does 50% more damage, or a fire strength of three that does 75% more damage. So you can make attacks that are better later on. But yeah, the the capabilities of this combat system, I want them to be dynamic enough that there's this thought that goes into what you use instead of just going, oh yeah, attack, 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 you win, sort of thing. So yeah, I'm just trying to write a system that can take as many options as possible right now.
What's cool
But yeah,
is from a technical perspective, a lot of what we're doing is, a lot of what I do is trying to like reuse shit and trying to get the most bang for our buck. And like this is actually going to be pulling most of the same data from the same like stats tables and shit that we're already gonna have for the monsters. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So be
yeah. So
proportionally powerful and shit as they were to the other game. We're not gonna have to make all this extra content for this thing either. It's
yeah,
fucking
that's
crazy.
right. So all the monster stats and things like that are the same stats that you would find in the game. They're not like being adjusted or anything like that. And the way that the damage is calculated, I've taken from the design docs so that it's calculated the same way as it's calculated in the game. So all those things, it's essentially like a, a, a miniature turn-based ES combat system that you can take with you and battle monsters like Pokemon style and things like that. So yeah, that's uh, that's the goal behind it. Of course, like we want to have like an RPG aspect to it too, where you can move around and do things aside from fighting monsters. But right now, this is all I have implemented because I've been busy with other stuff and like making this library and shit. So you guys can make some games. God, but yeah, that's pretty much uh, that's pretty much all I have to say about it.
That's gonna be fucking awesome. I guarantee this is going to be the most in-depth fucking BMU game anyone has ever seen. It's gonna be fantastic because we're not actually. It's he's part of the team now, so I guess we are developing it. But you know what I mean. It's not taking away from our combat system. It's already leveraging what we have going. It's gonna be highly integrated with the game. It's just gonna be fucking awesome. Like everything Chow Adventure should have been, but wasn't quite there. Although Chow Adventure's sweet, don't get me wrong. But this is probably gonna take a shit on it.
Yeah, I don't I don't
Yes.
do any of the other ES programming. The only thing I do is this. like VMU programming, so you don't have to worry about me not working on something else. It's the only thing I do.
Someone just asked, oh my god, I'm paid more money in my fucking guilt. Do you ever have eureka moments? Walk away from the problem, grab something from the fridge, and the solution comes to you. Oh my god, yeah, I do all the time. My eureka moments are... I do all the time. For me, I need more time away from the problem. Usually it'll be something like, this stumped me and I'm working on it like all fucking day. Like, oh my god, how do I do this? A lot of times it's with rendering. A lot of times, especially with OpenGL these days. Okay, so for me, my eureka moments, like probably 25% of the time are taking a shit. I don't know why. That's just, you're kind of out with the old and in with the new.
Dude, it's the porta potty.
My real eureka moments, I don't know why, are always when I first wake up in the morning, I'm in that kind of fuck everything mode, and I'm showering. I brush my teeth in the shower because I'm fucking weird. Like, dude, when I wake up and I get in the shower, I just lay down on the ground like, oh, I fucking hate my life. Like, I fucking hate everything. I'm like, I spend as much time in the shower in the morning as I fucking can because I'm inefficient and wasteful and, like, I hate everything in the morning. I'm just, like, brushing my teeth like, oh, fuck this. And usually, like, that's when I'm like, oh, holy shit. Like, I don't know. My brain loosens up. I start thinking about things differently. Like, I think it lets me, like, go down paths I wouldn't otherwise go down because the other part of my brain, it's like, dude, you're a fucking idiot, isn't there, And, okay, I think a lot of stupid shit in the shower, too, but every so often, like, whatever the fuck frequency I'm on in the shower sometimes helps me think outside the box. So usually it's brushing my teeth, laying on the... talk a little bit about current events, and I was going to talk a little bit about what I did this last week. So, half the team is not fucking here. They're all off on holiday, fucking assholes. I did not, like, authorize this shit. I didn't say they could have Christmas off. That's on them, man. Like...
Dick.
I'm just kidding. But, like, usually I actually would not have streamed these last couple of weeks, but, like, I'm trying to get in, like, let the fans know we're serious, and I've still been working. It's just hard when the artist, who is the one showing off the shit that actually makes shit look good is not around, But, real quick, I wanted to talk about, what was that shit called where now they're forcing you to support disabilities in games or something, of the new law. Oh, video game accessibility. Legal requirements for video games. Wow, dude, this is really fucking disturbing to me. Okay. Guys, okay, this is why I'm worried I'm going to get banned from YouTube. Like, someone has to stand up and say this, because so much of the video game industry is an echo chamber, and they don't listen to anything else, they don't consider anything else. So now chat functionality in games released in 2019 must be accessible to players with disability. Guys, this is a horrible, terrible, terrible thing. On the surface level, yes, like, why wouldn't you want to do this for people, right? Why would you not want to make this accessible to people? It sounds like I'm a complete asshole, but I'm not. I'm a realist. This means a couple things. First of all, didn't they show that basically if you're a massive company who can, afford to do this, that you don't have to do it, and if you're small, you can't? First of all, think about how this is going to affect fucking, like, indie games, right? Like, what? If I have, like, chat now, it has to be, like, done the way they want me to do it. What if you don't have the resources to do that? You know what I mean? This is not a realistic, sustainable thing. And even worse than that, guys, think about what this now means. This now means that the government has the right to dictate what we can and cannot do in video games. This is a much more subtle, like, heinous, horrible thing than you think. This kind of shit is how the NSA got started with, oh, you can spy on terrorists. That sounds great, right? Well, now we're spying on people. This is the first step in the government being able to say what we can and cannot do with our own creative creations, guys. Okay, how long? And so, with the same vein, now when they try to make legislation that's like, oh, you have a male lead in a game. You have to have a female lead because you're, like, discriminating against women. How long until they can do that now? And you know what's going to happen? The court is going to be like, are they allowed to do that? And then they're going to look back at precedent, and they're going to say, oh, yes, we do have the ability to fucking to enforce laws like this. We now have the ability to control what creative people can and cannot put in their games. This is a horrible, terrible thing that is happening. And especially in today's modern political climate, what's going to happen when, like, oh, your game is, like, discriminatory towards, like, men or women, or now you have to have a fucking transgender lead character or something like that? What's going to happen when that happens? Because mark my words, this is how this kind of stuff always starts. They start with something that they think everyone's going to be on board with. They establish the precedent of being able to create laws like this and manipulate and basically usurp control from the creators, and then they can do that. I don't mean to sound like a dick because I'm extremely socially liberal. I'm pro-gay marriage. I have plenty of transgender fans. They're amazing. If I were a father, which I'm about to be, and I had a child with a disability, I sure as fuck would want games to do this. But it is not right to force people to do this. And in my opinion, it is even more absolutely dangerous that the law is now usurping this kind of power. This is just the beginning of what's going to happen. Mark my words.
Well, now it's also
what do you guys
illegal.
think?
Well, now they also made it to where it's a punishable crime if you emotionally hurt somebody.
That's fucking, dude. Kill me. See,
So,
this is why I'm going to start. I mean, Atrix is right. What happens? Are we gonna have to start like supporting Braille in our video games? You know, like this is how this shit starts. What is the line that we're drawing? This is no longer an objective thing. This is a very subjective thing in nature. You can be like, oh, well, you can't be deaf and do this. You can't be blind. You don't have a sense of like touch anymore. How can you play a game? This is a very, very bad thing.
Yeah, it's like they have no business being in.
And you know what's going to happen. The realist. Okay, what I think is also very telling is this was signed into law by Obama in the year 2010. So think about this. He knew back then that this law was not sustainable. So not only did he wait until it was enacted like 8 years after or 8 years away from like when he could have anything to do with it, he waited until it was a year into someone else's problem. You know what I mean? Because obviously he knew this was not sustainable. This was not a kind of law that could be enacted back in that point in time. I mean, the fact that this law had to be staggered this much to be applicable, it really shows you that like even the people who made this law did not see this as a sustainable thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like, okay, I get it. 911 on cell phones and shit like that.
I'll try to lower the resolution of the stream.
But, like the FCC has control over, stuff that would be like, you can connect to 911 or some people use it as a primary means of communication, etc. But in a video game, it's just there for you to utilize as a utility or whatever. It's not meant to be like, hey, this is your main form of communication throughout, your daily life.
Right.
Like, hey, there's also chat in this game. You can say fuck you and, go fuck your mom or something like that to, everybody.
Guys, I'm really convinced this is a terrible thing. And like I'm trying to be more active in the community, more active in the scene. This is the kind of shit that I swear to God, if you speak out against this shit, I think they're saying if they lower theirs to 240p, it will work. I guess I can lower the resolution on my side. Do you guys want me to stop the stream and lower the resolution here? Do you think that will help? Honestly, I don't know, but if you guys think that would help, I'll do it.
Are you streaming over Wi-Fi or through either it?
Dude, I am on fiber optic fucking internet. It has nothing to do with me. I have not dropped a single frame.
No.
It has to do with this intermediate service we're using. So maybe I should drop the resolution.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to lower it, I imagine.
What's your bitrate set to?
It doesn't even fucking say, does it? Let me see.
You're using OBS, right?
Yeah.
It's in your settings.
Yeah, isn't this it?
Let me see. I gotta open OBS. I'm sorry.
That's a good fucking question, Joe Fish. So I mean to make a video of this on YouTube to like somebody needs to be a voice of reason in this. I'm worried that if I don't want to be political with my fans. I never want to be political with you guys because it's disrespectful. First of all, I'm libertarian. I have views on both sides of the fence. But when it affects game development like this, I really feel like there needs to be at least someone to help level out the echo chamber. I really do. I'm just worried that if I side against something like this, you know whose side this is. You guys know this is the side that YouTube, fucking Facebook, Google, they're all on this side. I'm worried the day I start, like, trying to bring a little reason into discussions like this is the day I get fucking banned or my channel gets deleted from YouTube. And my years and years of hard work and giving you guys free content, free education will be for nothing, and they will just erase me just like that for challenging their echo chamber. Like, I worry about this shit every day, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't want to be into politics, but if politics is coming to my field, you know, like, this is my shit, you know? I'm not taking a really political stance, but, like, seriously, something needs to be said about this shit. Just, it fucking pisses me off. Alright, guys, what do you guys think? Should I lower this, or what do you guys think?
What's your, go to settings, then output, and what's your bitrate set to?
I'm at it. Do you see it? I don't really see it.
I can't see your screen.
Bitrate. Wait, really?
No.
It's shared. I mean, it's this guys see
I
it.
can see your webcam.
Oh, that's because you're looking at fucking God damn it! Aren't you looking at? Fucking...
Hold on, let me.
You're looking at Hangouts. You're not looking at the actual stream. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Hold on, I'm going to the stream. Okay. Jesus fuck. Okay, now I can see your stream.
Yeah, they're already sound streaming. That's why the stream's going down, guys.
Oh, your video bitrate's pretty damn low considering. Your resolution is
1080p, which is pretty fucking high, right?
Yeah, I would bump that up to like 3000 for 1080p, but it's working on mine. It's just a little on the blurry side.
Dude, that's not fair to say. Chat, voice, and video in games is pretty heightened, though, AAA, right? No, any one of us, dude, we know how we could do voice chat and video. That is not a hard thing to do. An indie game developer could absolutely, realistically do that. And so what, you're going to be punishing the little guys who don't have, who don't necessarily have the resources to be able to do all this extra government regulation shit, and the only people who are going to be able to do it are the AAA developers. I guarantee you that even if first of all, that is going to be highly subjective. Like, I'll look into that too. So what he's saying is that there are compliance accommodations for low budgets, which, I mean, what defines low budget? What does that mean? How much? You're probably going to have to, first of all, fucking pay the government to even, like, go through this application process to do that. I guarantee you that if we keep doing this kind of shit, what's going to happen is definitely AAA game developers will be the only people who can afford to do this, and everyone else is going to be punished. And they're basically stifling creative freedom. But, alright, I'm going to go down for a sec and lower this resolution. Give me just a sec, guys. I'm so sorry, but if this fixes it, then good. It was totally worth it.